Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Count Christo and this is the Imperial British campaign. Thank you ever so very much for joining me. You see our trap is laid. The subs go out. The destroyers intercept. And suddenly, surprise Japan, we got carriers. Look at that. Look at that. Bring them down already. Come on, you got 400 planes, sorry, 220 planes attacking 2 destroyers. I really shouldn't be having trouble here. Even if we do have trouble, though. Second my front line arrives, yeah, then you're in big trouble. Would you shoot them down already? How are we not doing more damage to these destroyers? And the enemy, they're reinforcing more destroyers into the fight. The fools! When are these guys getting in? Why are you staying disengaged? Why are we retreating from this fight? What is going on? I mean, at least my... What is going on? Why are they disengaging? The enemy's... Yeah, I don't understand. It's probably because I had subs involved. Yeah, that's probably the problem. But we've engaged them. Yes, we engaged them there. See, that time we just killed them. Okay, good. So that worked as planned in the end. So we're going to repeatedly engage their destroyers in this area and wipe them out. That's excellent news. Meanwhile, on the main front, reinforcements, baby. Now you're in deep crap, Japan. Now I've got decent troops deployed. Now you're going to feel the freaking pain. Hell yes. Meanwhile, in the west, we're okay. Oh, we got enough for another thing. I would love a tank designer just in time for the Cromwell to get a nice bonus. That sounds excellent. Excellent indeed. Okay, Guanxi Clique just survived. It was a damn close run thing. But we're here now. And we're here to stay. If we could immediately get across that river, rather than having to fight for every inch, that would be great. They were all the way back here, remember. The Chinese have pushed forward rather, on their own. A sizable distance. It's very impressive, I must say. Introduce a few more angles into that port attack. Good. And yeah, we're just going to get a bunch of easy kills now on enemy screens who've deployed to deal with convoys. We lost a cruiser. Only an early cruiser. That's okay. Yeah, torpedoes doing 82% of the damage there, to no one's great surprise. Port falls, and the internal guys can be wiped out. There's another 5 divisions. The Japanese won't be seeing again. Excellent. Excellent news. Meanwhile, we're stabilizing the front in other areas. Let's start making our move. So remember, we're going to crush in here down to Hong Kong and pocket this region. And then just drive through it. Wipe it out and secure Guanxi Clique. Then we'll probably take control of the northern situation. Look at the number of divisions that the northern guys have managed to deploy here. That's excellent. Really excellent work up here. Meanwhile, lost 2 American destroyers. Not the worst thing, honestly. But there, look at that. Japanese fleet numbers should begin to tank fairly soon. God, I thought that was me. We have 91 ships. No, we actually outnumber the Japanese now. When this war started, I think they had 300 ships. So, honestly, we're doing damn good work. And once we regain control over the naval situation here, we can re-invade, take these ports off Japan, and stifle their fuel and rubber supply. It's going to be excellent. Alright, the Hanoi men, return to these ports. Your work in China is more or less done. We're going to replace you. You've been doing excellent work, don't get me wrong. But it's time for the pros to take over. Drive them back. We're going to take here, and then we're going to immediately cross the river here, and the river here, in order to drive down towards our objectives. Good. Okay, my reactionary force can just gonna, let's have half of it here, and half of it up here, and then we'll see where they need to go from there. The French are retaking that place themselves. Excellent. Meanwhile, we are spotting enemy navies in the English Channel. I don't actually have a strike force in the English Channel, but we do have some sizable screening potential in the region, doing great work. Good. Okay. Breaking in here. Excellent. And the situation on the whole front seems to be stabilizing as these remaining guys filter in to the front. Good, good, and good. Super. And we are breaking them here, albeit slowly, suffering from a supply shortage. Understandable. Let's go straight into the comet, shall we? Maybe we should start... Yeah, let's just build when we get the comet. I mean, we're going to get it pretty soon afterwards anyway. Might as well min-max on the production efficiency. That's fine. Okay, they've landed next to it, but we are holding. And we have reinforcements coming, no less. Great. Meanwhile, being caught by a pretty large force here. Good. All the more opportunity for us to flex against them. Give me a sizable fighter contingent from the land deployed here, please. Please don't retreat before my guys arrive. It's unfortunate. At least they immediately reinforce this one, which they may be. Someone's coming. We'll see. Yes, they did. Now, can we get in before these guys do? Problem is they're showing disengaged again. Yeah, okay. So what we're going to do is with the main force, just hold for a second. You can return home now. You're not going to catch my subs. You're just not going to. Seem to be very few actual exchanges in the air. Ah, we're out of fuel as well. Alright, we need to cease naval operations in the east momentarily while we regain fuel. And in the air as well. Yeah, just cease operating for a moment here. Okay, good. We broke across here. The Northern Army appears to have lost interest in this fight. We'll try and re-entice them back in. Naval mission efficiency up sounds superb. Yeah, 0 fuel is a problem. Let's begin a serious oil import campaign from the Americans in order to stabilize our fuel situation. Seems good. Good. Still winning fights here. What we're going to do now in this region is switch up what we're using for our convoy raiding. We're going to send out a few experienced capital ships. That's 3 capital ships. We need 10 screens. And these are going to make up the raiding party. We'll reduce... Yeah, there we go. That seems like enough. Okay, and these guys are going to convoy raid in the region. And then these guys are going to carry on with their strike forcing. You guys can just hold for now. Good. So, these guys, first off, should be able to find them really easily. The enemy convoys, because they've got decent spotting. And then we'll be using less fuel, but not none, of course, by having these guys operating continuously. With some battleships especially, going to be using up a lot of fuel, but should work pretty well. Ready to move. You guys get driven out there. Okay, and we are, it looks like, slowly but steadily making some headway here. Grand. There we go. Airbase captured. And just carry straight on in towards that encirclement. Good. It's not really an encirclement because they have ports in the south, but hey, it's pretty good. Romania really capturing a lot of the Soviets here. And they're almost all the way up to Murmansk. They are indeed. Just going to cut off any future imports we would have been making previously from the Soviets. But the Americans, looks like, are regaining some land. Yes, indeed. Americans almost pushed back the Mexicans all the way back to their original positions, and they are now making headway into Mexico itself. Grand news. Once we have all of these men, probably they're going to go to China, we'll see some real movement on this front. Supply here, not the best, I freely admit. What is the limit? It's just local infrastructure. Not a great deal I can do about that. So we'll just try and do the best we can with what we've got. Perhaps a southern strike could work out. An invasion of Malaya, you say? I predict that will not go very well for the invaders. You guys still active? Yes, operating. Good. You guys, welcome to repair with split off. You guys, actually, let's have you in a new theatre. We'll give you, yeah, someone who's low visibility. You guys, go ahead and keep raiding the South China Sea. Because I'm going to want to catch these guys as they retreat if possible. In fact, yeah, it's a good point. Once we drive them back to a port, we'll deploy our main force to convoy raid the South China Sea.
Ready to move.
That's a relatively big attack. Saigon itself, though, has a decent defense. I'm not scared. We'll propaganda against Romania. I think it's quite alright. Not necessary. Soviets, now 88% of the way towards capitulation. We lost some destroyers. Oof. Lost a sizable number of ships in that one. That's very unfortunate. But with our automatic reinforcement, they are staying up there. They're now only at lower screening efficiency, so we'll throw in another guy. Probably because of all of the extra oil we're importing from the US, if I had to guess. Perhaps a few naval bombers over the channel backing us up here. Let's see. Wouldn't go amiss. Nice. Easy convoy raiding taking place here. They have attacked and failed, which means we can now drive them back nice and easily. One guy should stay behind, just for security. Yeah, really struggling. Ah, okay, that's a new supply zone, I see. Well, we're going to need to fall back from that then. But that's okay. Looks like they're leaving some open areas here, so we'll crush in there. No problem. Meanwhile, more easy convoy raiding down here. A lot of Venezuelan convoys being taken out there. Long live the Mexican Republic. They are pushing their way in. They've got a couple of factories. They're going to start deploying their own men. All the better. And the German forces in the region are suffering as well. Good. And anything the Venezuelans try and export is being choked rather well. In fact, yes, you know what? Let's have these guys redeploy. The Venezuelans are almost certainly exporting oil to the Germans. Let's see that none of it gets through. Should have done that earlier, really. Okay, they've finally reached our positions in the east. Well, let's see if they can hold. We've got the fort wall very nearly done, so I'm very confident that we should be able to hold here. These are just American divisions, though, so perhaps some extra precautions are warranted. We'll see. We'll see. I have every faith that these guys will be okay. But we will, like I say, we shall see. Some empty holes, some empty spots on the legionary Romanian front here. Perhaps a micro pocket is called for. Let's just inflict some casualties, shall we? Just a very quick little excursion around here. Like something like this. Just to wipe out a few divisions. And we'll do the same in the south. In here. And here. Anytime the enemy is showing obvious weakness, we should exploit it. They successfully reinforced that bank of the river. Perhaps we should go to a more conventional way of pushing them out of this area and just go full frontal assault from down here in this much nicer supplied region. Seems sensible. Undefended convoys, probably because we've wiped out their screens. I bet Japan has almost no screens left because they'll be constantly throwing them in to try and defend that area around Malaya, but being highly unsuccessful, which also means we're probably raiding substantial numbers of their... you can raid in multiple regions, can't you? Yeah. We're probably killing substantial quantities of the oil they're trying to get out of this area. Let's expand our operating range a little. Okay, they do exist in this region, but we're getting out clean, so that's okay. It's a long way for our strike force to go if we find ourselves in trouble, but I have every faith that they will manage to help out in time. Okay, you guys... keep pushing in, please. Let's just see a quick little thing here. Just a couple of casualties. In, out, 5-minute adventure, that kind of thing.
Ready, sir.
Good. Yeah, these guys trying to retreat. The anti-pocketing AI hasn't noticed the threat just yet. Oh, whoops. Bit of a strategical error on my part there. Oh well. Taking Sevastopol. Saravopol is going to give us some supply anyway. We're getting out clean? We are indeed, with convoy kills, even when their carriers show up, no less. Superb. We'll try and avoid crossing this river unless strictly necessary in the south. Meanwhile, in the north, the front remains relatively stable. Let's see if we can drive them back a few steps here and there where they are weak. Okay, should be able to break out here pretty easily, especially if I just do this. The south failed to push through the mountains. Fair enough. The north, however, textbook operation. A couple of guys encircled. Every casualty helps in our glorious war effort. Okay, yeah. Let's not make the same mistake twice. We can do this. This would be grand. Perhaps you could head south. Go for the port. Good. There we go. Got him encircled. Let's immediately head back to our line by way of some dead Romanians. Just one division on each one, probably. But hey, it's 2 divisions then that the enemy no longer has to deploy against us. Annoying that they've actually broken our line here. We will need to fix that. But that's okay. We have the troops present, capable of doing so. They're holding pretty valiantly right now. Perhaps we should adopt a new strategy. Encircle their breakthrough. Striking at the flanks of breakthroughs. Always satisfying when it works. Okay. Men not quite in position down here. That's fine. Any progress on this one? Let's add in another division. Try and ramp up that up a bit. Subs still performing admirably. You know what? New subs can head out to the east. We are still making subs. Yeah. Very outdated, the subs we're producing, but you know what? That's okay. I see it. I see the new tanks. Okay. Good. There goes what little resistance they put up in the east. And now we'll strike in here. Good. Let's not make the same mistake once again. Good. Cutting in there. Still making headway towards encircling their mountaineer divisions over here. Yep, these divisions are going to have problems. Pinning action here, please. Don't let them encircle us.
Keep on attacking.
Come on, break them. Nice. Immediately on to the next one. And fall back. Good. And then we'll just have everyone go back to their fallback lines very shortly. There we go.
Come on.
Encircled, and now
Move out.
destroy them. Good. You guys actually cease your attack. Back up there. Okay. You guys can move and begin to close the pocket before it's even fully formed. That's fine by me. Let's go south. You guys, as soon as you break them there, head straight on into these mountain ones. Excellent. Very little resistance being faced over here. Still no German divisions on the front, which is probably why it's going so well for us. If we're honest with ourselves, you guys can go straight back to the fallback. Superb. And now we have the mountain one, the ones that make it into the mountains on the run. There's 2, 3, 4 divisions they won't be seeing again. Good. Over here, men almost in position. Let's just let them get some planning bonus for now, though. Once again, subs engage them here. Meanwhile, many convoys, no doubt carrying Japanese oil and rubber shipments, sent to the deep. Excellent news. And there we go. Got them there, and looks like we got them here as well.
Yes, sir.
That's what I like to see.
Move out.
All right, begin closing the pocket.
Move out.
Good job. Good job, team. You can all head home. You know, just some easy casualties, inflicted quickly, with very low losses. Nice.
Pushing them back.
If we'd been encircled, obviously that would have been more of a problem. Come south, wipe these guys out.
Listen up. Move
Good.
out.
Just take that one remaining supply off them. Can't let them have even a drop of fuel or a crumb to eat. I think that might be the Soviet capitulation. No, the People's Republic. Oh, that's potentially dangerous. Except they have 0 divisions. It's probably not that dangerous. Let's. Are they going to join anything? No, they're communists. Well, that'll be interesting. If we found ourselves with China facing off against the communist faction, that'll be interesting. No, they did indeed join the co-prosperity sphere. Good. So we'll no doubt shortly be called in against us. Contingency men, if you could just go and prepare to clean that up. We'd like military access. Make that easier. We'll have them dead in A matter of days. Meanwhile, in our micro pocket, let's see how things are going. Good. Keep driving them back. And yeah, filling in nicely.
Let 'em have it.
You guys can just retreat now. It's fine. We let them bleed in the hills, frozen hills there for a little bit.
All in.
Wipe them out.
Yes,
And now
sir.
these guys from both sides. With zero supply, they won't last long, even if it looks like their initial position is strong.
Yes,
You
sir.
guys can now return to your old fortified positions. And we're in good shape. This
Listen up.
fallback line chain really ought to reach the actual front, or we could find ourselves facing some difficulties when the war breaks out.
Move out.
We'll want it to join in 2 places just for safety. Okay, and there we go. Good. There's another couple of divisions taken out in this little expedition of ours. And now we can just beat a fighting retreat to the fallback line.
Move out.
Excellent.
Ready, sir.
Very little harm done on our end. Decent casualties
Pushing them
inflicted
back, sir.
upon our opponents. Siam has joined Japan. Now that requires an immediate and a violent
Yes, sir.
response. And they have Japanese troops pre-deployed in there. Looks like the French are going to jump in there and grab
Ready to move.
sizable sections of the nation with haste, which I appreciate. My contingency forces are going to be immediately redeployed. I don't want them to take Rangoon and start landing Japanese troops there. Everyone to your stations.
Listen up.
Let's have... Oh, they're not actually getting called in, though. Sorry, what happened? Ah, they joined the war against China, not against me. I understand. You guys can turn up here, then.
All
You
in.
guys can stay on your ports. And you guys can stay on your ports. When the contingency guys aren't in use from now on, however, I think I've decided I'm going to have them facing Siam from the west. Just seems like a good resting place to have them. We've got some open Chinese tiles here. You know how I feel about open tiles.
Listen up.
Oh, yeah, just real quick. You could wipe them out. That'd be excellent.
Keep your distances.
Strikes. What? How did this happen?
Listen up.
That's not good. My stability has dropped. Why? Oh, just because of the damn weekly change from Edward. Wait a minute. I have Edward the 7th and King George? That must be a bug, right? Has this weekly stability crap been a bug this whole time? I'll look into it and then I will maybe fix it between episodes. We'll see. Either way, thank you very, very much for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. The men have arrived in China, not making as much headway as perhaps one would have hoped, but
All in.
headway is being made. Let's just see some good attacks. There we go. Yeah, progress is being made and the front is certainly more stable than it was prior to our arrival. That I can say with confidence. We've done great work against the Japanese Navy. They're losing cruiser and after cruiser, destroyer after destroyer. They are now down to almost less than 200 ships total. Fantastic work. I will see you in the next episode where I think finally the Soviets are going to capitulate and we will find out if the defensive
Pushing them back,
lines
sir.
that we have created are going to be good enough to hold back the German troops. They're certainly not going to be good enough if I make silly mistakes like leaving gaps in them. All right. See you next time. Bye-bye.